Say that again, the apportionment?
Process, yes. Having you have a slight advantage in the state of Auditor, having that position be Republican. How does that play in?
You know, when I looked at the options that were available to me, when I looked at where I felt I could best serve Ohio's taxpayers, I really considered those aspects of where my service was best when I made my decision. When I look at where we are in Ohio, I look at the challenges that we continue to face. I really believe that running for re-election as Auditor of State is where I continue to be of best service. And that really was my priority when I made the decision that I made.
And the apportionment never came into the equation? Or?
You know, you consider many aspects, you know, of the options that are available to you. Obviously, I have a family. I have 2 teenage boys, a husband. You know, I certainly considered every aspect of what responsibilities will be required of me as I continue to move forward. It really just was not a major part of the decision that I made. The decision that I am making to seek re-election is really centered on the fact that with my professional experience, I can best serve Ohio by continuing to serve as Auditor of State.
You know, Commissioner Pepper, and what assuming he's nominated, what sort of campaign do you anticipate running against?
First question, no, I do not know my opponent, and I expect a spirited campaign over the course of the next many months until we reach November 2010. I am making my formal announcement today, and as we put together our campaign team and campaign strategy, obviously that will become more clear to all of us.
In the past, some candidates, when they've been in the process of making a decision as to what to do with their future, when it comes campaign time, that gets parlayed into an ad for, by their opponent who says, oh, well, they didn't really want the job, or they considered getting rid of it, and, you know what I mean. Are you okay with that? Do you think that that's going to come back to haunt you in any way?
Well, of course, you're asking me to anticipate the future, which I would guess is probably not a good idea. I have enjoyed this job as much as anything I have enjoyed doing in my life. I have felt that we have made meaningful progress that has been to the benefit and advantage of Ohio's taxpayers. Obviously, the open Senate seat was an opportunity that doesn't come around every day, and I think that it would be logical for me to have considered my options or alternatives to run for that Senate seat. I have always felt that we have served the taxpayers well as Auditor of State, and again, I just go back to where do I fit in? Where will I continue to be of best service? And it's in the Auditor of State's office, and it's a job that I have enjoyed and a job that I want to continue to make progress that I think is necessary for Ohio.
What do you think the picture generally is for GOP candidates in 2010, given what happened in 2016?
Well, we can all speculate, I think, as different challenges are before us. I think that the ticket is continuing to identify itself on both sides. And quite frankly, I think that we're going to have good candidates running for office on both sides. I think that we are going to have spirited campaigns. And at the end of the day, we are all going to present our ideas. We are going to present our experience and the reasons that we believe we should be elected. And then Ohio's voters will choose.
Do you think that the scenarios that led to the Democratic tide of 2006 have pretty much run their course at this point?
I think it's hard to tell that it's completely over. However, I believe when you look at the ticket that's developing today, I think we have a lot of, on the Republican side, we have good candidates, as do the Democrats. We have good candidates on both sides. And again, I think you're going to see spirited campaigns and the candidates that present ideas, present alternatives, present the experience necessary to hold the various positions will win the voters' choice.
When your opponent announced for office, he suggested that he was going to run the office in a nonpartisan type fashion, suggesting that you have not run it that way. What's your response to that suggestion?
I think, first of all, I am the only Republican in statewide elective office. Secondly, I went back and I looked over the course of time since I've been in office. And I thought, what have we done, obviously, to document our accomplishments, but also what have others said about Mary Taylor and the job that she's doing as Ohio State Auditor. And I think it's interesting if you look back to some of the articles and editorials written in '07 and '08. To me, it was very clear. I think it was the Associated Press wrote, "Don't expect Mary Taylor to cater to Republicans." I think that you've all obviously observed the work of my office over the last couple of years, and you know that we make our decisions independent based on the facts. And you know that we feel strongly about holding all officials and employees of government accountable for their actions, regardless of partisan politics. And I can point to countless examples of where we have done just that, but also where others have said we are not acting in a partisan way. We are doing the job that I was elected to do, and that's exactly what we will continue to do.
But do you, you said earlier that you got involved in the budget debate because there were questions that had gone unanswered. Did those questions go unanswered because everybody else is of the same party?
No. I mean, I can't speculate, why that question wasn't answered by those that were in the position, the best position to answer it. I believe that it is apparently obvious that we are facing a massive budget hole by the end of 2013. And I believe it's important, again, that Ohioans know where we're headed. And really, again, our intent was to send the message to the legislature, to send the message to the administration, proceed with caution. Let's have a full understanding of what the decisions being made today the impact that they will have long-term for the state of Ohio.
You disagree with that? Do you think that will affect you? Will that be hard to overcome, that effort to project you that way?
I believe that we have a strong record that shows we are doing the job, I am doing the job I was elected to do, which is to be the independent watchdog of taxpayer dollars, to do independent financial audits across the state, and to report the facts. And the facts will be reported as they are, regardless of partisan politics. And that's the record that I believe we stand on and what we intend to do for the next 2 years.
Just out of curiosity, of course you have to announce sometime. Is there any particular reason it's this time, right now?
As the ticket starts developing, as other individuals are considering running for office on the Republican side, I just wanted to make my intentions to run for re-election. We made our decision, and I felt that it was an appropriate time to make that announcement so others that are considering various positions can make their decisions to move forward.
When did you exactly come to the decision when did you know you were running for re-election?
A couple weeks ago.